Welcome back to another video. Today's topic of discussion is the best way to clean mold out of a dishwasher. So we'll get right into it. So first off, mold obviously is prone to grow in areas where it's moist and there's not a lot of ventilation. So a dishwasher is one of those. And one of the primary places for mold growth is going to be right around this seal. But another one that's even harder to clean than that is these rails and these posts going all the way around your rack. So a lot of people online will talk about using a scrub brush to clean mold, either from a dishwasher or from other areas. And I've used that for the dishwasher, I've used it for other areas, and it's pretty successful in some places. Works really well, incredibly well around that seal and more flat surfaces. But when it comes to rails like this, the scrub brush typically tends to just have all the bristles just get caught and go over, and it doesn't really give it much grit, because on a flat surface, you can push right into it like that. But on a bar like this, if you push, the bristles are just gonna go around it. So what I use is Scotch-Brite. And I'll get into that in just a second. I first wanna talk about the mixture and the compound that I use. So baking soda and vinegar mixed together is a very effective, it's a very effective solution for cleaning mold. I've used that solution for other areas, not, only for dishwashers before. So it's a very effective solution, and I can noticeably tell the difference between just scrubbing and using baking soda vinegar. When you pour it together, it actually starts to bubble a little bit. This one's been sitting for a while, so you can't see it, but it starts to fizz, and it creates a chemical compound that does a good job. So what I do with the Scotch-Brite, let me go into that for a second. So what I do is I take a piece of Scotch-Brite and some scissors, and I cut strips. Now the strips are used so that when there's mold in an area like this, what I can do is put it around there, like half on one side, half on the other, and each one of my hands grabs a side, and I just pull it. It's hard to do with only one hand, but I think you get the point. I essentially just pull back and forth like that and apply downward pressure, really give it some grit, and just a few strokes will clean all the mold off. I found that I'd be giving many strokes from the brush, and there'd be plenty of mold left on there that I couldn't clean off, stains and stuff like that. And then you also want to cut a small one, and the purpose of the small one is just for areas that are harder to get to. It's thinner spots that you can't put the big Scotch-Brite brush in there, or Scotch-Brite strip in there. And use the small one, and you fill that area, and then you do the exact same tactic. You fold it in half, you put it around there. I would primarily use the large one when you can, just because the small ones are prone to break a lot faster, because as you can see with this one, they wear and they become less effective, and then eventually they tear in half. So that's a very effective way of cleaning mold off the dishwasher. Another thing that you can do is just use it as a scrubber and just give it some grit with your thumb. I don't think that's as effective in areas like this, but in posts like these, you almost have to do it like that. You just want to do something like that, or in areas where you can't get around it, you'll definitely want to do that. So I've cleaned most of the mold off this. There's not a lot left. Otherwise, I'd give you kind of a show of what it does. But really, I mean, there was a lot of mold on here. You could have black all the way across there, and in a few scrubs with the baking soda, the vinegar combo, and the Scotch-Brite, it really washes the whole thing clean. So if you have any questions, let me know. If you have a better idea on how to do it, or something to add to this, that is appreciated. You can leave those in the comment section. If you have any other thoughts or concerns or anything like that, feel free to let me know. Hopefully this was helpful, useful, informative to somebody out there. Basically what I'm going to do when I'm done is just brush everything down so I get all that green stuff. As you can see, there's green stuff on here. I want to get all that off, so I'm gonna brush it down, and then I'm just gonna run the dishwasher and let it clean out all this baking soda and vinegar, and it should be ready to let dry and sit for a little bit, make sure it's good to go, and then start using it again. So like I said, if you have any questions, let me know, and hopefully this is helpful. Thanks.